Hello everyone! I think we're gonna wait for this Facebook platform to catch up so I can know that we're definitely live. Hello! I'm so excited. We have not done a live for a while and I'm so excited to kick off today and be live again. We are going to be going live every other week starting today on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. So we're just getting used to the new Facebook platform, seeing if I can see all of your comments or who's here. If I can't see that today, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for joining and we will see how this goes. I'm going to be working today with specific materials that are in our project pack we've assembled for this craft. You can find it at sunshinecraftco.com under Facebook Live Project Packs. Today we're walking through the yarn rainbow project. I have a couple samples I'm going to be showing you, and we have also improved our setup. So I have two different cameras. So I'm going to be talking to you, saying hello, and then I have a top-down view. So when I get into some of the project, I'm going to be switching that so you can see in more detail what I'm doing. So if this is your first time over at Sunshine Craft Co., my name is Amy. I'm coming to you from my studio in Phoenix, Arizona. And one of the new things we're doing with our Facebook Live projects is we also have project packs available if you do want to grab the materials. If you have gotten your materials for today, I will be showing you how to do the project with those specific materials. But as I go, hopefully you'll see that a lot of these projects are just for inspiration and you can continue to be doing these things at home with things you may already have. If you have the kit for today, the Yarn Rainbow Kit, we have a paper plate. So got paper plates in your kit. Definitely have some really gorgeous rainbow yarn. You also got your marker pack and well as your tape strip. So I'm so excited to demonstrate the different ways that we can create our rainbow. But the first thing we want to do is we want to actually color our rainbow. So this sample I have right here, we take our paper plate, cut it in half, and then we use our marker pack to draw our rainbow onto it. So I usually kind of guess. I look for the center of the paper plate and just kind of go for it. You could also try to measure, but I don't think you really need to. So after you have your paper plate in half, that creates our rainbow shape. I usually just hold them up to each other to see how close I got to cutting in half. You can see I'm a tiny bit off. I could go back and trim it, but again, I don't really think it matters. Once you have your paper plate cut in half, we're going to be drawing our design on them, and you want to draw on the bottom of the paper plate because we are going to be taking both halves and then sandwiching our yarn in between them. So you want to draw on the outside or the bottom of your paper plates. Next, you're just going to spend some time coloring a rainbow. You can color on one side or both sides. You can also think about if you're going to be hanging it, you might want to do both sides, or if you're going to have it on a wall, maybe just one side. But let me just do a little bit of a rainbow design here. I'm going to use the design of the paper plate to my advantage. So I've got my red done. Gonna move on. Anyone else know Roy G. Biv? Red, orange. Then yellow. So I've got my yellow part done. Red, orange, yellow. let's see, what do we want to do with the green? Maybe we'll just do another skinny line. Ooh, the marker pack comes with 2 greens, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use both of them. Then onto my blue marker. Let's see, maybe I'll start with a line, but then add some decoration. If you're just joining us, my name's Amy. I'm with Sunshine Craft Co. We're doing a Facebook Live today to go over the Yarn Rainbow project, and this is kind of a new live platform that we're using, so I'm not sure if I can see all of your comments or who all is joining, but give me a wave, say hello, so I can see who's there. And I'll definitely be checking all comments and everything after this live. So if you have any questions along the way, if I didn't address them, then I will definitely circle back around. But we're working on a paper plate right now. We're turning it into a rainbow for the top of our yarn wall hanging. So I'm just moving on to my purple color. And then I might finish it off. The marker pack you get with the material kit comes with a marker pack, and that has our pink color. So I'm just gonna finish off with a little pink. Okay. So I'm gonna try to go fairly quickly because we're doing a demo and I want you guys to just kind of hit the major steps of the project. But definitely if you're doing this at home, take your time, enjoy designing your rainbow, make it look like whatever you want. You've got 2 halves to do. So here is gonna be my front, since I'm not gonna spend the time to do my other half, but you can do one design on this one design on this one. Okay, so I've got the front of my rainbow designed on my paper plate. And I'm going to move on to the yarn piece. So I'm gonna flip our camera so you can kind of see my tabletop surface. And I will show you again what comes in your kit and what our next steps are gonna be. Okay, so here we have our nice sample. So you can see we colored our paper plate just however we want it. This one got a little bit more in depth. I spent more time on this one. And then we have all of this really fun rainbow yarn. In your kit, you can see it comes with all sorts of different colors. And then we're gonna be creating our own design to hang right here on our rainbow. So we don't need this piece right now. Actually, we wanna grab our tape strip from our kit. If you're working at home, you can just grab some duct tape and do a strip about the size of the bottom of your paper plate. And in your kit, it just has a paper backing, so you'll just peel it off and you can get rid of the tape, or don't get rid of the tape, you can get rid of the paper. And I wanna show you how we're gonna lay this tape. We wanna stick it to a tabletop. And if I was doing it not on camera, I would probably do it at the edge of my table, and then all the yarn would hang off the side of the table and you could kind of trim it with scissors. But for sake of demonstration, I'm going to do it right here up on the top of the table. And the edge of my tape, I'm gonna flip underneath. And that is what I'm gonna stick to the table, because we want our sticky side up. And then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna roll this side under and stick that to the tabletop. So I have both edges turned under, and we have this nice sticky surface that we're gonna put all of our yarn onto. So I'm just gonna start grabbing some pieces of yarn, and at home you can grab yarn, ribbon, fabric, whatever works. And each strip you get to attach. I'm gonna just do the bottom half of the tape, but you can keep going and attach your design however you want it to look. And again, this is a great time just to spend however much time you want to create your design. You can be symmetrical or asymmetrical, you can go in a pattern, you can go random, you can add in non-rainbow colors, you can add in white. I'm gonna do kind of a random pattern. And once you get this set up, it's pretty easy to keep adding your materials individually. But if you wanted to, you could come in, you know, say 2 at a time. And I like to come back in and fill in all these gaps. So that we have a nice full rainbow. If you're just joining the Facebook Live session, we're talking about our yarn rainbow project. And we have already designed our rainbow on half of a paper plate. And we're moving on to do our yarn piece. So these is gonna hang down. And what we did is we took a piece of tape, we used a strip of duct tape, and we placed it on our tabletop. I turned the ends under so that holds it to the table, and then we have this sticky side up so that we can add whatever fibers we want, whether we have yarn. All these gorgeous colors come. We're selling project kits for our Facebook Live projects now. We want to help you work with materials you have at home, but we also know you might not have exactly everything that we're using for our project demonstrations. So we have those kits available online now. And we're going to keep them online too. So this video is going to live on our blog so you can reference it whenever you want to work on this project. And I'm coming in and just trying to fill in all these gaps so that we have a nice full rainbow. Let's see, we need a little bit of red here. I'm gonna do a big chunk of green because that's what I grabbed. Maybe all the way over on the edge. Let's see if we can shove some orange in there. And again, we're using a piece of duct tape right on the surface of the table. And then just pushing all of our fibers right onto the tape so that they stick. And I'm just doing it about halfway up the tape. Ooh, I grabbed one from my sample. You can see this is a sample that I did, and I used more of a pattern. So I went in rainbow order here. This project that we're working on now, I'm doing pretty random, but using all the fun rainbow colors. Again, I'm just trying to fill in all these little gaps. When you're working on this at home, take your time and put as much on as you want. Okay, I'm probably gonna put a few more on the ends. So you can see too, we're trying to make it about the length of this right here. So you can start to see when we have our rainbow design and we have our yarn coming out of the bottom, what that's gonna start looking like. I'm gonna put a little bit more, try to make it as wide as the tape surface as I have. Make this a little wider on this side, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do next. So, I can't help but keep going in and filling in some of these gaps. I gotta call it quits. Okay, so we've got all of our yarn pieces stuck to the bottom edge of our tape, and now we want to start assembling this as a complete piece. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lift up my tape. It was stuck to the table. So I'm gonna turn these in before they were turned the other way onto the table. And this is just gonna help clean everything up. You see I've got some fun gold tape. And then I'm just gonna turn the top down. That's gonna sandwich all of our fibers in. So now we have this little packet of yarn all ready to come and get assembled into our rainbow. I'm just gonna hold this up and kind of get out the snarls. Okay, got our little hula hoop of yarn. I'm gonna talk about two different methods of assembling your rainbow together. The first method is gonna be sandwiching your yarn in between your paper plates. But then I also talk about a method if you're gonna be hanging it on a wall and you can hide the back. There's another way that you can assemble where you have a really clean front face. So look for that too. Now, we are gonna take our paper plate. You can see we want this yarn to be inside of our rainbow. So one thing that's handy that we're gonna use to finish up this project is a stapler. And whatever stapler you have, you should be able to wiggle it in and help secure the bottom of this wall hanging. But we're gonna take this, I'm gonna flip it over so I'll show you. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna place this right on top. This is gonna be on the inside of our rainbow. And we wanna make sure that the tape is up inside the paper plate, not down below the edge. And then we're gonna take our back piece. If you spent the time to color yours, it's gonna look way more festive than mine. And we're just gonna try to align that and start to push down so that we can start to sandwich everything together. So I'm gonna kind of create a little opening here, and I'm gonna do my first staple right here. And I'm gonna try to go high enough to make sure I get through that tape. So I just did a staple there. I'm gonna come to the side. I'm gonna do a staple over here. And then one more on this side. Hold it all together. So now we have our rainbow assembled. The last thing you can do is you can kind of pull all these fibers down so you can see how far they hang, and you can trim the bottom. So I would probably trim mine right about here. You can do that once you hang it up, or you can do it when it's on your table, whichever. And then the last step, I like to do something at the top so that we can hang it up. So if you have a hole punch, that's easy to use. Just do a hole punch here at the top. And then I'm gonna take just an extra piece that we just trimmed off. Let's see if I can find a long one. And I'm going to, let's see, we'll take this one. I'm going to fold it in half, and then this bottom loop, I'm going to stick through that hole I just made. And then I'm going to open that up and pull my ends through that. That's going to attach it right here. And then I'm just going to do an overhand knot right here at the top. And maybe take my scissors and trim that. And then we have our hanging loop. Cool. Okay, so I think that's most of the project step by step through from beginning to end. A few project variations that I wanted to call out if you're not using the specific materials that we provide with our material kit. I have this sample here with a paper plate that was a little thicker and it couldn't sandwich together in order to staple it at the bottom. So what I did was I still stapled this to the plate, but I didn't put a back on. I just, what I did is see how there's no staples along the bottom. I took that second half of the paper plate and I just taped it on the front to give it a nice clean surface so that you didn't see these staples. This one would be something, if you know it's just going against a wall and it's not going to be hanging, where you can see the front and the back. That's kind of a nice way to clean up the look. And again, because this paper plate was so stiff, it wasn't really going to staple well together at the bottom. And then I still was able to add my little attached ring for it to hang from. So again, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I'll go back and look through to see if any comments came in. And we will be taking this video and we will be putting it on our blog so that it will be there to reference whenever you are interested in creating this project. You can go back and kind of see some of those tips and tricks and the different steps. So thanks again for joining. My name is Amy. I'm coming to you from Sunshine Craft Co. Oh, the material pack that I keep referencing. So we have a website, sunshinecraftco.com. If you look under at-home craft kits, there will be a Facebook project pack that you can take a look at. And that's where all of our project packs, we're going to be coming live on Facebook every other Tuesday. So I think the next one might be Sunday the 7th. I have not, like July 7th. I haven't double checked that, but whatever, 2 Tuesdays from now, and we are going to be doing beaded friendship bracelets. So I'm so excited about this skill. We're actually even introducing a little bit of Morse code into our bracelets. So if you want to join us, the project packs for that are available. If you want to grab some of the materials, we're going to be going live again at 1 p.m. on Tuesday in 2 weeks. I think it's July 7th, and we'll be going over those beaded bracelets. Perfect for the summer, super fun project. Also really perfect if you want to make a few and send them. Great friendship bracelet idea. So thanks again for joining today. If you have any questions about the yarn rainbow wall hanging, drop them in the comments and I'll definitely look through them. Thanks again, guys. Good to see you.